Good morning, students. This is your Maths 1 online teaching session. From today onwards, we'll have revision session as our semester exams are nearing. So, today we will revise our third chapter, that is arithmetic progression. In the exam, you have two chapters, that is quadratic equations and arithmetic progression. Let us start our revision with the third chapter. But before we do that, I want you to understand the paper pattern of our subject, which we will be having for 20 marks. This exam also, it will be totally based on MCQ. You don't have to write or type anything. So the type of questions that can be asked is, the first question is MCQ of 1 mark each. So there will be 4 questions of 4 marks. Now in this also you need to work out something. It will not be direct answers. So you should be ready with your pen and a paper whenever you are attempting the exam. Second question is fill in the blanks by selecting the correct option. Next is solve the following in rough and choose the correct option. Now these are 2 marks question, as you can see here. It means that this will be lengthier ones. Okay, working will be required in this. So these are 2 marks question, 4 questions like this, a total of 8 marks. Okay, then the next question is box type or dash type questions. Now these are 3 marks questions each. Okay, so there also 3 into 2 questions will be asked of 3 marks each, so a total of 6 marks. So when you take the total, it comes to 20 marks. So this is a paper pattern which will be followed for the semester exam. Now let us start our revision of the third chapter, that is arithmetic progression, with some important terms and formulae. We have started this chapter with the definition of AP. I hope you remember that definition, that if the difference between any 2 consecutive terms in a sequence is constant, then it is said to be an AP. Now this type of question can be asked where I can give you a sequence and I can ask you find out whether it is an AP or no. So what you have to do is you just have to take the difference between any 2 consecutive terms, and if that difference is constant, you can conclude that it is an AP. Then we have learned few important formulas in this chapter. The first was the formula for nth term of an AP. I hope everybody remembers it. The formula was Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, where this Tn is nothing but the nth term, A is nothing but the first term, n is number of terms and D is the difference. Right? So this was the first formula for nth term of an AP. Then what we have learned is sum of n terms. Correct? For that we have learned 2 formulas. The first one was Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Correct? And the second formula was same, Sn is equal to n upon 2, t1 plus tn. Correct? What was this t1 plus tn? The first term and the last term. And I have told you to remember when to use this formula. When you know the first term and the last term of any given AP, then you have to use this shorter formula, that is Sn is equal to n upon 2 t1 plus tn, or otherwise you need to use this formula. I hope this you remember, and you are also making a note of all these important points so that it will be helpful during the exam. Then we have learned sums based on consecutive terms in an AP. Correct? 3 consecutive terms, A minus D, A and A plus D. Yes, to remember I have told you, it's just like a number line. A at the center, positive, add difference to the right hand side, and negative number, subtract the difference on the left hand side. So how to remember it? A minus D, A and A plus D. Correct? Okay. Then 4 consecutive terms we have learned, that is A minus D, A plus D and A plus 2D. The order or the sequence cannot be changed. If you do that, 100% your answer might go wrong. You can write this, if you don't want A plus 2D here, you can add one more term here as A minus 2D. That is not wrong. But if you change the order like A plus D first, then A minus D, then A plus 2D, definitely the answer will be wrong. 5 terms, what was the assumption at the starting for the terms? First A, then A plus D, A plus 2D, same way here A minus D and A minus 2D. So all these were the important terms and formulas to remember for this third chapter. Now let us take few multiple choice questions which can be asked from this chapter. Okay, the first one, in an AP, if D is equal to 4, N is equal to 7, Tn is equal to 4, then A is dash. The options are 6, 7, 20, 28. Okay, now let us understand the question. Tn is equal to 4, nth term is given, N is also given as 7, difference is given as minus 4. What am I supposed to find out? A. Correct? So which formula to use? The formula to use is Tn is equal to A plus N minus 1 into D. Correct? Now what? Now we will substitute all the values in this formula. We have the values here. It's given. Substitute. Tn as 4. A is how much? We need to find out. N is how much? 7. 7 minus 1. And D is how much? Minus 4. So all these values we will substitute here and then try to simplify it. So what do we get? 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 into minus 4 is minus 24. Shift this minus 24 this side. It will be plus 24. So 4 plus 24 is 8. So out of all these options, which one is the correct one? The correct option is D option. That is 28. Okay. I hope you are understanding this. Now let us move to the next question. The next question is, the first 4 terms of an AP whose first term is minus 2 and common difference is minus 2 are dash. The options are, first one minus 2, 0, 2, 4. Second is minus 2, 4, minus 8 and 16. Third is minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. Fourth is minus 2, minus 4, minus 8, minus 16. Right? Now I hope you remember how this is to be done. What are the things given to us? They have given us the first term. Yes? They have given us the first term. What is the first term in this? Minus 2. What is the common difference? Minus 2. Correct? So how to get the second term? Second term can be the first term plus the difference. That is minus 2 minus 2. That is minus 4. Third and the fourth term also can be found out in this way. For the third term, what you will do? To the second term, you will add the difference. So you will get minus 6. For the fourth term, what you will do? To the third term, you will add the difference. You will get minus 8. So what will be the terms? The terms are minus 2, minus 4, minus 6 and minus 8. Which option out of this 4? Option C. I hope you are understanding it. These are easy 1 mark MCQs that can be asked from this chapter. Correct? Now let's see the next one. The next one is this. The list of numbers 11, 22, 33. Right? The options are, is an AP with difference minus 11, is an AP with difference 11, is an AP with difference 2, is not an AP. Now what you are supposed to do for this? I told you at the beginning that when a sequence is given, you want to find out whether it is an AP or no. You just need to subtract, find out the difference. Correct? So just see, T1 is 11, T2 is 22, T3 is 33. We will find out the difference. Second term minus the first term. So what is it? 22 minus 11. 11. Again difference. Third term minus the second term. 33 minus 22. So the difference is 11 again. So what you will write? Since the difference between any two consecutive terms is constant, it is an AP. All these calculations which I am showing you is only for you to understand. Correct? What you need to do is find out from this which one is the correct option. The correct option is option B. It's an AP with difference of 11. Correct? I hope you are understanding it. Yes? Let us move to the next question. The next question is this. The sum of first 16 terms of an AP, 10, 6, 2 and so on is dash. Okay? I need to find out the sum of first 16 terms. Now what are the options? The options are minus 320, 320, minus 352, minus 400. Now I need to find out sum. It means I have to use SN formula where n is equal to 16. What is A? 10. D can be found out from here. And I need to use the SN formula. Let's see the calculation. I have told you D can be found out. How much is D? 6 minus 10, that is minus 4. Then SN formula. N upon 2, 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Why this formula? Why not the other one? Because in this we don't know the last term. I told you that formula can be used when you know the first and the last term. So since last term is not used, we are going to use this longer formula. Then substitute the values. As you can see, after substituting, what answer I get? See, 2 into 20. 2 into 10 is 20. 16 minus 1 is 15. 15 into minus 4 is minus 16. So we get minus 40 into 8, that is minus 320. So out of this, which option is correct? Option A. Okay, so this can be asked for 2 marks, where you need to work out so many steps and get the correct answer. I hope you are understanding the pattern now. Let us move to the next question. The next question is this. If the sum of first 3 terms in an AP is 9 and their product is 24, then the numbers are dash. Okay, now this is a lengthy question. The options are 246, 153, 284, 234. Now out of this, which one is correct one? What is the first statement? Sum of 3 numbers in an AP. I hope you remember the assumption. Yes, what was the assumption? That let the first 3 numbers be A minus D, A and A plus D. They are in AP, so this should be the assumption. Then what is the first condition? See, sum of the first 3 numbers, their sum is how much? 9. It means that when I add all this, I should equate it to 9. Correct? So now out of this, what will happen? D minus D and D will get cancelled. A plus A is 3A. 3A is equal to 9. So A will be equal to 3. I have got the first term. After this, what is the second condition? Just say product is 24. It means that when I multiply all this, A minus D, A into A plus D, the product should be 24. See this now. Substitute the value. A is 3. 3 minus D into 3 plus D. What I have done is A I have substituted as 3. Now combine this. 3 minus D into 3 plus D. 3 3s are 9 minus D square. Correct? Now open the bracket. 27 minus 3D square is equal to 24. Now minus 3D will be as it is. Shift this 27 this side. It will be 24 minus 27. That is minus 3. Minus minus gets cancelled. What we get is D square is equal to 1. Hence D will be equal to plus or minus 1. When we take the square root, we always take 2 values. Now let us get the terms now. A minus D is nothing but 3 minus 1. We are taking D as 1 first, plus 1. Okay. So what we will get? 2, 1 and 4. Just see the working here. 2, 1 and 4 are the terms. When we take the other value, D as minus 1, there are 2 values of D. Correct? This is plus 1 and this is for minus 1. So what do we get? The terms are 4, 1 and 2. Now out of this, which option will be correct? Just see, the numbers are 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2. Why like this? Because there are 2 values of D. That is plus 1 and minus 1. So we need to get 2 answers. So out of this, which option is correct? Option D, that is 2, 3, 4. Because 4, 3, 2 is not given. So we can take any one from this. So out of this, we have the option 2, 3, 4. So that is the correct option. This question is quite lengthy. It can come for 3 marks. I hope you are understanding it. What type of questions from this chapter can come as 1 mark, 2 mark and 3 mark. Okay. So this is an important type. I hope everything what we have done today is understood to you. I come to an end of this session. Remaining revision we will continue in the next session. Thank you.